You have yourself tuned into the best high school sports show in the Great Lakes. My name is Sara Davis and welcome to State Champs. Every week, State Champs crews head all over Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio, filming a wide variety of high school sports. This show brings you the greatest games we covered in a week. It could be 9 games, it could be a dozen. The bottom line is high school sports highlights are what we do. And every week, we deliver it to you.
Say it again. All right, I'm Lorne Plant, and we have to thank our presenting sponsor, Lawrence Technological University. Located in Southfield, Michigan, State Champs has partnered with Lawrence Tech for a decade. It was about that time the university made a commitment to starting up varsity-level NAIA collegiate athletics. And over the past decade, we've seen the women's lacrosse team play for a national championship. The baseball team beat a Michigan team that went all the way to the College World Series. There are 24 sports offered at Lawrence Tech, and you can recruit yourself. Just go to LTUathletics.com.
Spring playoffs are right around the corner, so this week's games had real significance in all 3 states. It's go time.
I'm Lorne Plant, and we've got action from the Diamond in the Southwestern Conference. The Avon Eagles on the road to take on the Titans of Berea Mid-Park. Second meeting of the year, and Titans won it convincingly in early April 10-2. Titans pitcher Brady Compton dominant in this one. Second inning, he takes matters into his own hands, striking out the side, stranding a runner on second. Matt Granito on the hill for the Eagles ran into some trouble in the third. Bases loaded. This wild pitch would lead to Gianno Zaccaro coming in from third. That opened up the scoring. Runners on second and third now for Cade Swisher. He gets a pitch to hit, drives it into right center field. He's got time to run. He'll wind up on third, driving in 2 runners. They would add another on a well-executed first and third play. It was 4-0 after 3 innings. Meanwhile, Compton still mowing down Eagles batters, striking out the side again in the fourth, his 8th K of the game. Bottom half of the inning, Titans adding on. Runners on third for Zaccaro. He delivers a big hit to shallow right center, but it's enough to bring a runner to the dish. That made it a 5-0 advantage. Jump ahead to the Eagles' half of the 7th. Runners on first for Andrew Seiler. A ground ball with eyes gets through the infield. Gavin Earhart scoots over to third. Avon adds a hit by pitch and a walk to make it a 3-run game. Bases still loaded. Chase Myers hits a slow grounder down the third base line. Throw just late. 2 runs able to come across, and it was 5-4. But Billy Campbell would be able to close it out before any more damage was done. Ends the game with a strikeout looking. Titans able to hold on and win this one 5-4 the final over Avon.
(11-3) Normandy taking on division rival Lakewood in Parma. I'm Jeff Heisner reporting. The Invaders beat the Rangers a day earlier today. Lakewood coach Lucas Yusko looking to write a different story, getting some help from Inga Willamy. Rips the pitch up the middle. That scores the game's first run. Inga ends up on second with a double as it gets past the Invaders' outfield. Some really good defense, shining all day in this one. The bunt fielded cleanly. Charlotte Bano gunned down at first. Still 1-0 Lakewood. Mia Carroll, so good this afternoon, throwing some smoke past Courtney Cole. Carroll cruising for the Rangers. Getting later in the innings, more great glove work. This time it's Lakewood's Lauren Barber up against the fence. What a catch. Great effort by Barber. Cole also getting some help on the defensive end. Kaylee Kirk, a great running grab late in the game to keep it a 1-run Lakewood lead. Now in the 6th, Bano comes through, rips it into the gap. That's going for extra bases. Carroll coming all the way around to score. Yeah, coach loves this one. It's 2-0 Lakewood, and that's your final. Lucas Yusko and the Rangers get some revenge in this one.
We had a game plan going in, what we're going to do in the field. We switched the lineup a little bit to get people in the right spot, and yeah, I'm super pumped. It was awesome. We're the kind of team, if we play zero error ball. We've got the pitching to keep us in anything. And I'm so proud of these girls right now. They came back after a loss like yesterday, a beautiful 80-degree day. We're a hot weather team, what can I say?
I'm Chuck Pellerito. We were out at Canal Winchester as the Indians were at home taking on the Hilliard-Davidson Wildcats. Top of the first, and Davidson coming out swinging. 3-hole batter CC Keidel takes a 2-1 pitch and gets all of that one as it sails over the fans beyond the right field wall for a solo shot and a quick 1-0 lead. Move to the top of the third now. Wildcats adding on. Runners on first and second. Erin Hennessy up to bat, and she takes the 2-0 pitch for a ride to right field. That one hops over the wall for a ground rule double. Carmen Lamberjack comes around to score. And next batter, Alyssa Rivera hits a rocket to third base. That's off the glove of the third baseman. She's not able to make the play, making it a 3-0 lead for the Wildcats. Still top three with 2 down. Katie Mullins looking to add on. Nice hit to center field, but Danny Skinner lays out to make the catch, gets the Indians out of the inning. Jump to the bottom of the 5th now, and Skinner leading off. She gets the Indians going with a base hit to center field. Next batter, Samantha Zungri follows suit with a base knock to center field as well. That brings in some relief for the Wildcats. Michaela Fry comes on to pitch with bases loaded, and Delaney Six up to bat. Pitch bounces, gets by the catcher, Skinner scores it, and it was 3-1. Still in the 5th, Julia 9 at the dish with runners still on second and third. A big 2-out hit over the head of the center fielder, clears the bases, she's standing on second, and we were all tied up. And in the 6th, Indians would break the tie. Zungri gets a hold of one and drives it into center field, bringing Olivia Colican around from second, and they had a 1-run lead. Last chance for the Wildcats. Nobody on and 2 down for Hennessy. She puts a charge into one into right field, but Colican able to track it down, make the running grab, as Canal Winchester able to hold on to this one, win it 4-3 over Hilliard-Davidson. I'm Chuck Pellerito with some girls lacrosse highlights from Marymount High School. The 8-2 Warriors at home taking on a streaking St. Francis de Sales Stallions team, winners of their last 8. This was a seesaw affair in the first half. Tied up at 1, Stallions would break the tie when Gabby Mahaffey hits an overhead shot to go on the free shot. But the Warriors would answer right back 2 minutes later on a free shot of their own. Sophie Toman with the honors, but a crashing Abby Lyons takes the pass and gets the goal to tie it back up. Less than 2 minutes later, the Stallions come right back. Ella Dingman taking her time waiting for an opening. Mahaffey makes it happen and finds the back of the net to take the lead back. But that would only last a minute before Marymount would strike again. Marley McGowan surveying. Sophomore Piper George comes open behind the net, cuts it up and puts it in. Warriors would take a 5-4 lead into the half. And in the second half, Marymount would open it up, scoring a quick goal, and then Lions would find Delaney Oliveira. She would weave her way through some traffic and a nice top-shelf shot, ups it to a 2-goal lead. And they would keep on adding, ripping off 2 more goals before Mara Campbell fights through the contact, sneaks one just inside the uprights, and it was 10-4 with 14 minutes left. Stallions not giving up though. Dingman with a free shot, a bounce shot to cut it to an 11-8 lead, but that's as close as they would get as the Warriors add another. McGowan crossing, finds Oliveira a quick shot, gives us our final score as Marymount goes on to win this one 12-8 over the DeSales Stallions.
Time now to take a look inside Lawrence Technological University Athletics. If you're a high school athlete with the dream of playing college sports, Lawrence Technological University wants you to recruit yourself. LTU offers over 24 varsity sports for men and women, along with several dozen world-class undergraduate programs. Athletic and academic scholarships are available in all sports.
We caught up with one of the LTU band members to find out why he chose LTU.
Hi, I'm Joshua Furman. I play trumpet in the LTU marching band. I've always loved band since high school. You know, just hanging around with your friends, goofing off, playing music, the best. I figured, same thing at high school, come over to LTU, experience the same thing, just new people. I always knew that I wanted to stay home so I could, be with my family. And it was a nearby commute, so it was easy for me. Also, classroom sizes, small. I got to know my teachers and my classmates better, so I got to enhance my learning experience more. Because of LTU's small campus size, everything is connected, like within a good radius of each other. Like you could walk around the whole campus in under like 10 minutes. Easy to get introduced to the job force and plenty of restaurants to sample around. If you join Marching Band, you get a great scholarship. You can live on campus, $5,000 a year, live off it, $2,500 a year, and we get priority registration, so first place of classes. Online classes, they're a little more difficult, but we're still able to communicate well with our teachers and our fellow classmates to get the best learning experience possible. In-person classes are, in my opinion, way better because I get to meet with my classmates in person and get to build a relationship between classmates and teachers.
Take your future into your hands. Visit LTUathletics.com and recruit yourself. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
Kevin Trzynski with you as we travel to Southport High School for boys lacrosse. The Cardinals hosting the North Cougars of Bloomington. The Cougars come into the game with 3 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie so far this season, while the Southport Cardinals are flying high early, riding a 3-game win streak. We start this one off with the Cards up 2 in the first quarter. The Cougars come down the field with the solo ambush by Eli Prather as a senior lets loose a laser shot from distance. It gets through to put Bloomington North up on the board. 2-1, Cardinals still lead. More from the Cougars senior Prather. He receives the rock from junior Bo Berkeley. Another speedy shot as it just gets by the tender to tie it up at 2. Prather led Bloomington North with 5 baggers, and Bo Berkeley led the assist columns with 3. Jumping to the second stanza, Bloomington North now leads 4-3. Senior Cardinal Griffin Thomas makes his move to the net and creates some space against the defense to get the shot off, and it hits the back of the net. The back and forth game continues, score at 4-all. Griffin Thomas is heating up here in the second. The senior is going to scoop up the loose ball, and he will rip it into the top right corner to give Southport the 5-4 lead. Now the spotlight belongs to Thomas, and all eyes are on him. The senior overpowers on this night. He nets the natural hat trick from the far right side. He tallied 5 on the night, and Southport would lead at halftime 8-5 and would maintain. Jumping to the fourth, Southport up 11-8 with just over a minute left. Cougar sophomore Wade Whistler nets his second on the night as he is swarmed by a flock of Cardinals in front, and that would be the last goal of the night as Southport comes out on top over Bloomington North. 11-9 your final score. I'm Kevin Trzynski, and this Hoosier Crossroads Conference matchup in girls tennis and is for the Mud Sock Trophy. The Royals of Hamilton Southeastern looking to keep it home for the 7th season in a row over the Fishers Tigers. Big contest here as these two are some of the best in Hoosier land. And we start in 1 singles. 2 seniors battle it out on the court. Lucy Lloyd from Fishers and T. Verkick from HSE. Verkick looks to be in trouble with the lob shot by Lloyd, but the Lady Royal keeps her composure and goes her way with the easy slam for the point. But this one went the Tigers' way in 1 singles. Lucy Lloyd took the first set 6-0. The senior Verkick from HSE kept it close in the second set, but was not enough. The back and forth play over the head of Lloyd and out of play. 6-2 in the second set. Fishers up 1-0 in the team standings. 2 singles we go, and it was a freshman, Taylor Wolf from HSE, taking on sophomore Isabella Mokra. The wind playing a part in this one. The ball slowing down as it heads into the gusts on the lob. Wolf steps up to plant her attack. She gets the rocket shot to go and out of reach of the battling Lady Tiger. However, it was Morka taking the first set, and it was a close one, 6-4. Fishers looking good with the single matches on this day. Isabella Mokra in control on the court. She's going to get the slam coming up as the Tiger sophomore would take the match in 2 sets. Score for the second, 6-3. Fishers taking 2 of 3 in the single matches, and it's up to the girls in doubles to figure out who takes home the trophy. 2 doubles we go, and it was Megan Slanica and Kaylee Etheridge from HSE. They got the ace over Meredith Ober and Maddie Barron for the quick point. And it was the Royals taking 2 doubles win in 2 sets, 6-2 and 6-3. The team score is all tied up at 2 apiece, and it all comes down to the winner in 1 double. And in 1 doubles. Fishers led by senior Addie Kolb and junior Kara Feeler, and they squared up against junior Misha Bukasargram and Emily Orm. Addie Kolb's shot cannot be returned with a clean shot, but the Tigers having trouble in the first set as they dropped it 6-0, and the Royals would come out on top. Emily Orm returns the serve that cannot be stopped. Set 2 score 6-2, and the Mudsock Trophy stays at HSC for the 7th straight season as the Royals take the team match 3-2 over Fishers.
I'm Andrew Garcia from the Hammond area. We have a Friday Night Lights showdown on the Diamond. Munster hosting Lake Central, and the Indians start hot. Top of the first, Connor Mish with an opportunity. The junior puts one into the gap. That allows Hunter Snyder to come in and score on the play. Lake Central draws first blood. Munster looking to regroup after the early run. Justin Bobb picking up a big K. The home team trails as they come to bat after tying it on an errant pickoff throw. Munster looks for the lead. Bryce Sham goes back up the gut. Coming in to score is a hustling Jacob Tomitz. Mustangs with a 2-1 lead. Top of the third, Bob trying to protect the lead. The right-hander picks up a pair of punch-outs in the frame. Munster's still up 1. LC still looking for answers an inning later. Jacob Warren has one as he dumps a hit into center field. That plates Josh Adamszewski. We are deadlocked at 2. Later in the frame, Lake Central with the bases juiced. Sham fields the chopper and makes the tough toss to Evan Whitcamp for the force at the plate. And then Bob ends the threat with a bases-loaded strikeout. It's a 2-2 game heading into the bottom of the 4th. Zach Bierling seeing one go by. Chris Iatrides bolts in from third base, giving the Mustangs the lead back. Top of the 6th, Munster gets defensive. Whitcamp with a bullet to second base, cutting down the would-be base stealer. That ends the 6th for the visitors. To the 7th, Indians down to their final out. Snyder deposits one into the corner and left. The runner is off with contact and LC elects to send him. Munster makes a great play led by Denham Cozy. The sophomore saves the day and hits him with the Conor McGregor strut. Munster wins the thriller 3-2. I'm Andrew Garcia from the Hammond area. The Railcats High School Baseball Challenge continues at the Steel Yard. It is Hobart and Highland's turn to take the field. The Brickies starting hot. Top of the first, Jaden Deal deals the first blow. The junior with a hit into left plates Ryan Ellis. Hobart draws first blood. To the bottom of the frame, Mark Ensland opens with a bang. The right-hander striking out the side. Hobart still in front 1-0. Top of inning number 2, Highland starter Austin Pizer trying to match Ensland, and he does just that, recording 3 strikeouts of his own in the frame, but Ensland comes out dealing in the bottom of the inning. The senior has made it 5 straight Ks to open the ball game, and you know what? He can get it done on the bases too. Top of the 4th, runners on the corners. The throw goes towards second base as Ensland takes off for home. 2-0 Brickies. Highland looks to respond. In the bottom half of the inning, runners on second and third for the Trojans. Mike Perry sees one go by. In comes a hustling Tyler Stewart. The lead is cut in half. Shortly after, Perry with an opportunity. The senior grounds out, allowing Bryce O'Zealy to score the equalizer. Highland with some hope, but it was short-lived. Top 5, Hobart gets a run back and they get it back in a big way. Deal continues his big night, cranking one to left for a solo shot. The Bricky Blast makes it a 3-2 contest. In the 6th, Ensland back out to work, adding another punch out to his line. He is not allowed a hit through 6 innings. Top 7, Hobart looking for some insurance. Cameron Gonzalez sends one into center. Highland can't make a play on it. Jevin Andrews scores first. Behind him is Deal, scoring all the way from first base is Ivan Balboa. That clears the bags and gives Hobart a 4-run cushion. Ensland would exit in the 7th. Now it is up to Balboa to finish it off. The senior induces the fly ball to center. Ty Vance squeezes for the final out. It is celebration time on the field at the Steel Yard. Hobart gets the combined no-hitter. The Brickies win it 6-2.
I'm Glenn Marini in the Fort Wayne area for State Champs Sports, a big matchup in 3A softball in the state of Indiana. We're talking 3A number 15 Norwell hosting 3A number 11 Belmont. Top of the 5th, it's 4-2 Norwell. Belmont's Kayla Heckman, the senior, drives it all the way to the wall in left. 1 run scores. The start of a big inning for the Squaws. They cut the deficit to 4-3. Still in the top of the 5th, Belmont's Kenzie Felling. The junior rips one to center. It goes to the wall. Heckman would come around to score, and we're knotted at 4 apiece, and Belmont wasn't done. Still in the top of the 5th, Emma Mills at the plate, and she strokes one up the middle. Felling would come in and score, and Belmont gets 3 runs in the inning. The Squaws take the lead at 5-4. Bottom of the 5th, though, Norwell firing right back. The sophomore, Delaney Conant at the plate. She chops one through. Cortland Lemler would come in and score, and we're knotted again, this time at 5-all. Later in the bottom of the 5th, Jordan Markley, the freshman, would fly to center here. Sydney Shearer on third would tag, and she'd be safe at the plate. That's the go-ahead run as Norwell takes a 6-5 lead. Matter of fact, that's the game-winning run as Norwell knocks off Belmont by a final of 6-5.
Did you record an unbelievable touchdown, a game-winning goal, or just a proud parent moment? Then we want your clip. Upload your video to the brand new State Champs Network app so we can feature it on one of our shows and give your player, team, and school the recognition they deserve. All it takes is just a few easy clicks, and every clip that is submitted will automatically be eligible for prizes. Download the State Champs Network app today for iPhone and Android devices.
I'm Greg Molson on the North Course at Oakland Hills Country Club for the Next Tee Invitational, featuring many of the top teams and players in the state. Even with the cold and windy conditions, there were plenty of great shots like that one. And how about this one from Ann Arbor Skyline's Luke Richard on the 7th? Moving to the 1st, check out Joe Murdoch from Forest Hill Central with the chip shot into the cup. On the leaderboard, Rochester Adams freshman Peter Roll was on top early at 2 under par through his first 7 holes until a double bogey on the 2nd. He'd finished with a 78. Farmington's Brendan Klimas then spent some time with the lead. He was one of 7 players who finished in a tie for 7th place at 74. In the end, it came down to 4 seniors, starting with Scott Hanna from Detroit Country Day. Getting a 2-putt par on the 4th, he finished with a 1 over par 71. Colin O'Rourke from Birmingham Brother Rice had the solo lead with 3 holes to go until a bogey on the 15th, but he'd quickly turn it around, finishing with a couple of clutch par putts on his last 2 holes to finish with an even par 70. There were still 2 players 1 hole behind with a chance to catch or pass O'Rourke. Andrew Taylor from Muskegon Mona Shores hits a clutch birdie on the 14th, grabbing a share of the lead. His playing partner, Brighton's Davis Codd, also at even par on his final hole with a chance to win if this goes in, but it just misses. Taylor then has a par putt to finish at even par, and he drills it, tying O'Rourke. Dodd with a chance to make it a 3-way tie atop the leaderboard, but he misses the short putt, so it's Andrew Taylor and Colin O'Rourke sharing medalist honors at even par.
Yeah, it was pretty stressful. I had 2 5-footers, slippery 5-footers on my last 2 holes, and I made them. I just had to stay calm out there, and I can't lie, I was feeling a little nervous out there, but happy to get that I got it done.
I mean, this is a great field. Like, there's so many good golfers here today, and I mean, I'm kind of speechless. Proud of myself, happy with the way I played today, but I mean, there's always room to get better.
Led by the medalists, the team race also came down to Brother Rice and Mona Shores, and it could not have been any closer, with O'Rourke and the Warriors edging out the Sailors by 1 stroke with a team score of 296.
This is very rewarding for a Division II school, very rewarding. But it's not always about winning, it's seeing the facial expressions in the kids out here. You see their eyes, oh my God, I'm playing Oakland Hills North Course. It's a real treat. I've been blessed. The members here are outstanding, very gracious to let us host the tournament here.
I'm Mike Erlitis. We head to a matchup between 2 of the top teams in their respective states. The Golden Bears of Upper Arlington from just outside of Columbus, Ohio, visiting the Warriors from Brother Rice. back-and-forth battle in the first. The hosting Warriors marked the board first. Here's Paulie Fortino with a nice spin as he finds the corner. Rice up 1-0. The Golden Bears answer right back. Check out Sam Burns muscling and hustling his way in for the goal. Upper Arlington up 4-2 after 1. More from the Bears in the second. Textbook triangle passing as Evan Lively does the honors, giving Upper Arlington a 6-2 lead. Later in the quarter, Rice now down 7-3, but that would quickly change. Great shot by Luke Wash. Warriors down 3 as we head to the half. In the third, Golden Bears would score 2 unanswered. Here's the second. Leo Kane puts this one home as Upper Arlington's lead increases to 9-4. Rice trying to chip away at the lead. Zach Rivers coming from behind the cage with a quick release, beating the goaltender. Golden Bears still leading 9-5 after 3. In the fourth, Rice would cut the deficit to 3. Great pass by Rivers and a great shot by Connor Borkowitz for the finish. As we wind down, Upper Arlington kept their composure and held their lead. Burns once again does his part, finding the open net. Nothing gold can stay except the Golden Bears as Upper Arlington tops Brother Rice by a final score of 11-7.
Dylan Morello here as we head to Country Day at Hillview Field for the girls soccer matchup between 2 undefeated teams on the early season, the Country Day Yellow Jackets and the Notre Dame Prep Fighting Irish. We pick things up with 19 minutes left in the first half. Yellow Jackets moving the ball around the net. Sophie Endrud fires it towards the net and off the header, Madison Sausenstein knocks it in to put Country Day up 1 in the first. Later in the first half, Country Day off the throw-in, Serena Yu boots it towards the net, Sausenstein sprinting towards the loose ball, and she gets the foul called to set up a free kick. Sausenstein here winding up for the free kick, and Notre Dame's Sophie Thiem makes a nice save to keep the score at 1 heading into the break. On to the second half, 20 minutes to go in the game. Country Day off the corner kick. Sausenstein with the header attempt, but Sophie Thiem makes an acrobatic save to hold the Yellow Jackets at bay. Yellow Jackets trying to add an insurance goal with 15 minutes left. Sausenstein once again maintaining possession of the ball on the Glaza. Glaza to Jordan John, who fires it past Thiem's reach to extend their lead to 2. And Country Day wouldn't stop there as they would add a pair of goals in the second half. Fighting for the ball around midfield, Glaza gives a lead pass to the sprinting Madison Sausenstein. She rips it from far out over top the goalie, and Sausenstein gets her second goal on the evening. As Country Day goes on to win over Notre Dame Prep with a final score of 3-0, Yellow Jackets remain undefeated on the early season.
I'm Kevin Trzynski, and we go to Novi for a KLAA track meet. The Wildcats play host to division rivals, the Salem Rocks. Both boys and girls ready to keep their feet pumping in this 80-degree weather, and it features some of the best student athletes the state of Michigan has to offer. DAC Male Athlete of the Year nominee Miles Brown from Novi has the spotlight on him. But first, we'll kick this off in the 3,200-meter relay. Both boys and girls running at the same time, and we'll focus first with the boys' side. The first exchange saw Novi jump out to a 5-second lead, and from there, the Wildcats never looked back. The squad is consisted of Griffin Conway, Marvan Rama, Mehir Gupta, and Matthew Gustidis. They took off winning by nearly 25 seconds. Final time, 8 minutes, 36.78. And on the girls' side of the race, it was the Rocks who turned on the Jets and set it in cruise control. The A-team driving this race out of reach, Olivia Millen, Reagan Justice, Marissa Henry, and Alana Wheeler would beat everyone out by over a minute. Final time, 10 minutes 02.22. Sticking with the girls' side of the meet, and we check out the fast 100-meter dash. Center of your screen is Wildcat sophomore Hibika Soga. She's lightning fast on this day, posting a 13.28 for the win. Wildcat sophomore Shaylin Carroll just edging out Salem's Haley Faulkner at the finish line by a hair. And finishing with the girls' 100-meter hurdles, the first couple jumps were neck and neck. The young sophomore from Salem, Aileen Lemieux, showing how strong she is on this day, displaying the flex at the end. She gets the dub, posting at 18.84. Salem would take the girls' meet over Novi by 24. Now onto the boys' side, and to the 1,600-meter run we go. This race featuring DAC Male Athlete of the Year nominee Miles Brown. The first few times around, we had a trio of Brown, Matthew Gustidis from Novi, and Talha Sayed from Salem leading the way. But the Rock senior Sayed had other plans to upset the Wildcats. He posts a personal record 4 minutes 15.70 for the win, as Miles Brown 5 seconds behind him for second, and Gustidis finishes third. And finally, we end it here in the 400-meter dash. Miles Brown, the favorite to win this one, and the senior is off. Coming around the bend, it would be the DAC Male Athlete of the Year nominee out front of this one, the senior, winning by 3 seconds with the posted time 50.35. The boys from Novi would take the meet over Salem by 7 points.
It was the top two teams in the Lakes Valley Conference, South Lyon East and White Lake Lakeland, completing a suspended game from Monday. I'm Greg Molson, picking it up with Lakeland leading 7-6 in the fourth, and the Eagles add to their lead. Kevin Krill hitting one deep to left. It is off the wall on a bounce, driving in Andrew Platt to make it 8-6. The Cougars answer in the bottom of the inning, scoring two. Brandon Heffernan with a drive into the left field corner to bring in a run to tie it up at 8-all. Moving to the top of the seventh, Nolan Hull reaches up for the high fastball, sends this one flying deep to left center. It drives in Chase Curry for the Lakeland lead. Hull will then score out an RBI single by Andrew Platt, putting the Eagles up 10-8 going to the bottom of the seventh. The Cougars then down to their final out, but with the bases loaded, Tyler Zischer hits the blooper to right. It drops in and brings in two runners to tie the game at 10-all, sending them into extra innings. Moving to the ninth, it's Lakeland looking to take the lead. Nolan Hull with the infield bouncer that the Cougars could not handle cleanly. Chase Curry trying to come home all the way from second for the go-ahead run, but he is not going to make it. The game remains tied into the 10th. That's when the Eagles do score. Tate Farquhar with the liner to center, just out of the reach of a diving Aiden Shipman. That brings Andrew Platt all the way around from first to score the go-ahead run, and the Eagles go ahead and score two more runs in the inning. Lakeland wins a wild one over South Lyon East, 13-10 in 10 innings.
As we put a bow on this week's show, you only saw some of the action we filmed for the network last week. There is a bunch more competition you can check out right now by going to the State Champs Network social media or each state's social media channels: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Watch it all now or go to our website, statechampsnetwork.com.
The best way to watch is by downloading the free State Champs Sports app. Enjoy endless streaming content and not just your traditional sports. State Champs Esports is blowing up. Gamers, check it out. You can even find the app on the Amazon Fire Stick and Roku. Why don't we do it again next week? We'll see you then.
State Champs High School Sports Show is proudly presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare.